Hi, everybody. My name is Donna Bancroft, and I'm the librarian here at Beal University. And today we're going to talk about how to access the databases through Canvas. So as you'll see, I will log into Canvas, just like you will. Click on Login. And from this screen, if I click on Courses, you'll see it says Student Library and Learning Resources. When I click right here, it takes us to a very helpful page. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see that there's lots of resources for you to take a look at. But today we're going to look at the databases and search engines. If I click right here, you'll see a whole long list of databases. There's lots and lots of resources for you to take a look at here. But today we're going to talk about the EBSCO databases and specifically the CINAHL database, which is our nursing database. These databases, again, are owned by a company called EBSCO, and because of that, there is a separate login and password to access these databases, and it's right here. The login is BEALU, and the password is capital M, capital E, capital B, the @ small n, small g, the number 0, and the small r. So if I click on this link right here, you'll see that mine is automatically populated in because I use this so much, and this will happen for you too. But remember, this is not your Beal ID. This is a specific ID and password for these sets of databases. So when I click on Sign In, it takes me to this very helpful screen. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to take a look at the very first link here. So if I click on that, you'll see a whole list of databases that are available to you. Again, all very helpful. But today we're just going to take a look at the CINAHL database. So all I do is click on CINAHL. And here's the database. This is what the front end of it looks like for you. I have some sort of tips before we start with our search. I would recommend that you come down and click on full text, and this will give you the complete article you can print or email to yourself. And if you find an article that isn't full text, please just let me know and we can get that for you and deliver it to you electronically. You'll notice a button over here that says peer reviewed, and based on the project that you're doing for your class and your instructor's directions, you may only be required to use peer-reviewed journals, and there's a way to sort of limit right away to that if you click on peer-reviewed. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to put in diabetes, and you'll see on the drop-down menu it gives me some more specific. Is it type 2 I'm looking for information on, or type 1? But I'm going to come down and just click on diabetes management just to sort of do a general search. And then I'm going to search. And as you see, we have peer-reviewed full-text articles, and we have 3,622 of them. And that's a lot to look through. And there's a couple of different ways we can manage that. We could put in another term here. I could put in adults to narrow it down a little bit. And you'll see again, you get that really helpful drop-down menu. I'm going to just use adults and redo my search right here. And now I'm down to 1,994. And you can see that it's much more specific, right? So we've taken out the sort of juvenile information with it. Another tip I want to give you is if you come down here, a lot of times the requirement for your research is that your articles be within 5 years of the date of your research. And so one way to do that is you can slide this bar up. So I'm going to go all the way up to 2017, and you'll see that database is redoing my search, and now I'm down to 387 articles. So that's sort of a way to sort of narrow and be more specific when you do your searching. So I'm going to just click on the very first one and give you an example of what more information that you'll be able to obtain from it. It gives me the authors, the source, which is the name of the journal that it's published in, the date, and all this information that you'll need for your citations, and we'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. And it also gives me an abstract, and this can be very important because many of these articles are very long. This one's 12 pages, and instead of reading through the whole 12 pages and really realizing that it may not be something you want, the abstract's really going to give you a great overall view of what the article's about, and it can be very helpful. And you'll see on this page too, here's my PDF full text, so if I click on that, it will give me the entire article, and it's the entire article as it appears in the journal. So if you had this journal in your hand, this is exactly what you would see. And again, as I said, it's 12 pages, but that abstract's really going to help you sort of determine if it's something that you are really going to be able to use for your research. One tip I want to give you, which is really helpful, is if I click on this sort of document looking thing on the right hand side, you'll see where it says citation format. And if you come down, you'll see there's several different types of citation formats. At Beal, we use the APA 7th edition, and so here's the complete citation for this article that you can cut and paste into your reference list. So it's very easy. I know it can be a challenge to try to figure out how to construct APA citations, but this is just a great shortcut for you. So again, it's the little piece of paper looking icon that's on the right hand side. So I'm going to go back to my result list by clicking right up here. And you'll see it takes me back to the same page with the 378 articles. And one thing I sort of wanted to share with you, what the difference between what is in this database and what's on the internet is that these are articles that have actually been read by humans, and they're subject experts. So if you come down here and look at the subjects, each article has one, and they are put in these categories in a very specific way. The internet is all done electronically, so it's really hard to rely on articles from the internet being exactly what you need for your research. So that's sort of my tip on why to use these databases. They can be very helpful, and if you have any more questions about it, please feel free to contact me. My email is dbancroft, BANCROFT, @beal.edu. Thank you so much.